Pretty big opening there on first down. 8 yards up to the 33.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. Open man is Uzomah. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Play action. It's Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, 31 yards. And the Bengals are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he's taken down inside the 30. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Edwards-Helaire is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Burrow will throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to have it here just past the 25. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
57, Mike, 57. Wild Bill. Switch.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Flush to his right. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield. Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Burrow now off the bootleg. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
57, Mike 57.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 6, and that will be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The final adjustments taking place here for both of these squads. They're about ready for the second half in Kansas City. And for the call, we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us. Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Now Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he will have a Chiefs first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes now to throw. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
57's the mic. Watch 57. I got one. 57, 57. 57's the mic. 57.
Now here's Mahomes. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
And they ran just a little underneath route here on 1st and goal, but there's really not a whole lot of room to operate this close to the goal line. He's just not able to get loose after the catch.
They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Chiefs 14, Bengals 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mixon with it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
On 1st down, Mixon uses the stiff arm. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. That time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They go play action. Now Mahomes rolling to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
57. I got it. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
120 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Byron Pringle, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Brandon Wilson now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big play there out of the running game.
First down, Cincinnati.
Now Joe Mixon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
At the 40-yard line.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
A potential field goal if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Let's go, baby.
Anthony Hitchens brought him down. A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Bengals.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick here is good. And the Bengals are going to get out of here with a W. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals.